Hey everyone, it's an April morning, a rainy April morning here on Riverbend Springs, and there's a lot of work to be done today. So we're going to try to get some things done between showers, maybe between tornadoes. Looks like there's some severe weather forecasted for this morning. Once we get to lunchtime, it looks like it may just be cloudy, but there's a lot to get done today. Today we need to put our grass field, windrow it, bale it, and wrap it. Hopefully we can get this rain out of here and be able to do that. It's also the best time of the year to sell wool. So we're going to be selling our wool off to the farmer's market. I checked prices this morning, and it looks like wool right now is selling for its best price at the farmer's market. So we've got about 25 or 30 bales of wool that we're going to need to get loaded up and taken over to the farmer's market. And then I also think I'm going to sell some lettuce today, what lettuce that we have in storage, sell that to the farmer's market. It's going for about $3,000 per 1,000 liters right now. And I'm trying to save up some money or bank up some cash to get a new harvester because we bought that new field that we seeded with wheat last month. Speaking of which, we also need to spray that. So, you know what? I think that'll be the first thing on the agenda. Let's get a tractor fired up here, and we'll go get the Hardy attached to this thing. Make sure it's full. Oh, somebody left the door open, but we definitely need to get that field sprayed before the weeds start taking over. So let's back up in here and get this thing attached. See if we're close enough to. And it is full, so we don't need to fill it. So we're squirting across the road here, and we'll put a worker on doing this for us. Spraying in the rain is not that big of a deal. Not as bad as trying to cut grass. We almost passed up that turn off. Let's get our worker set up here to get this job started. I always like to start with the headlands. Keep an eye on him, make sure things get started without any issues. We don't want another tractor stuck in the woods. And we definitely don't want him to spray the roadway here, so hopefully he does some adjustment. Oh yeah, looks like he's going to do that. So we'll get this sprayed before the weeds start taking over, and hopefully we don't have a tornado come through and destroy any of our crop. But we'll let him do that. While he's doing that, man, the sun wants to come out. This rain wants to go away. We'll go ahead and hook up the trailer to the truck. Load up some. Get this soccer ball out of the way. We'll hook the trailer up to the truck. And we'll load some wool pallets onto it. Go ahead and start heading over to the farmer's market with the wool. Does look like there's some wool here in the trigger now as well, in the spawn area. So we'll back in and pick that up. Hopefully the rain doesn't do damage to it. I think wool is still wool regardless of if it's wet or not. Oh, we didn't want to get those bales. Let's jump out of here and take those out real quick. See if we can do the old balance shuffle and get them back in the barn where they belong. That auto load mod is helpful, but if you're too close to anything else that can be picked up, you're asking for trouble. Alright, let's get in here and let's latch this back down with the straps. Maybe able to get everything in one trip, I don't know. We'll have to see. Hopefully we don't overload the truck. Stacking pallets too high of wool could be detrimental to our health in traffic. Alright, pallets of wool. Let's see. Let's unload 25 of those. We'll hop in the truck so we can get those loaded. Big majority of them loaded. Let's pull up a little bit, see if we can get these others. Still wasn't close enough. Let's try that one more time. Alright. I know they'll fit. Just gotta get them a little bit closer. Well, let's pull the trailer over a little closer. There we go. You're killing me, Smalls. Alright. Maybe that's all we can get for this load. So we'll pick those up on our way back through and get the rest of it. Let's head over to the farmer's market and get this sold off and see how much closer that gets us to that new harvester. There we go. So first load of wool going to the farmer's market. And let's see what we get there. $101,000. All right, that's gonna go a long way toward putting a new harvester in our barn. I like that. So we'll head back to the farm and pick up what we have left, bring it up and sell it, and then like I said, I think we're gonna grab the lettuce that we have right now as well, because it's selling for about $3,000, a little $3,000 and some change per 1,000 liters, and we have a few thousand liters of that, so let's head back that way. Let's cruise through and see how our guy's doing on the spraying job. Just leave the truck here. Oh, I bet he's out. No. What's up there? Let's check this field. Make sure he's done. Alright. Looks like he sprayed everything but a little notch right here. We'll live with that. We'll live with that. Get the sprayer put away out of the weather. Get the tractor under some cover. There we go. Shut that down. Alright, let's carry on with our wool. So we're at 190,000. Trying to remember exactly how much the harvester is that we want to get, but we'll take a look again. So we'll take a look again once we get all the wool and lettuce sold. Everything's going to the same place. There's a lot of it. That gets all the wool out, ready to load. And let's see if we're close enough to grab it. Grab a pretty decent portion of it. Can we get it all? Got it all. Good deal. Can we get some lettuce on there as well so we don't have to take so many trips? Not a whole 11 pallets of lettuce. Let's get all of that unloaded. Let's see if we can. Oh yeah, we're golden. Alright. I'll head back over to the farmer's market with this load. Alright, so here we go. Let's unstrap it. 117,000. So that puts us over 300,000 for our harvester fund. Remember, we bought the header for the John Deere S7 in the last episode, so it's waiting for us over at the farm shop. Hopefully we can drive the new harvester with the header attached to our farm. I think that 13-meter header is pretty wide. I hope it fits across the bridge. Maybe we take this trailer over to the farm shop and load it up on there and drive it home with the truck. I guess making a couple trips isn't that big of a deal. I don't think we need a header trailer right now just because all of our fields are right beside our farm. So we don't have to go traveling across. Oh, there's my first sign. Don't have to go traveling across the map to get to any fields to work right now. Alright, let's go tell the ferry captain that we're ready to go. Don't leave me, bro. Actually, while we're here, let's swing in. Take a look at that harvester again so I can be reminded of the price. And see if that header will even fit on this trailer. Man, that thing is big. That header is huge. Humongous. Now I'm concerned that maybe we didn't need a header that big. You can never have too big a header. Alright, let's check out the harvesters. And there it is, 381. We're still 80 grand short. We've sold all of our wool. We've sold all of our lettuce. I'm sure there's some lettuce on the spawn that we could still pick up. But we're kind of tied into that harvester with our header choice after purchasing it already. And look, there's the Fendt. Oh goodness. What do we have here? The defoliator. Sugar beets. Let's check this thing out. I think this would have been perfect. Let's see what the Fendt 5275C. Yeah, so can only get the 7.5 meter header with that. Okay. So I think we're still on track. How much lettuce do we have? 4 there. Oh, I ain't gonna hold off on picking that up yet. Actually, we'll pull that out so we can unload it. All right. Trailer put away. Don't want to get the fence. Decent job there. All right, let's park the truck. Let's hop out and get in the barn. Let's check the weather. Where are we at here, weather? Still looks like severe weather coming in until 1300, so 1 p.m. All right. The sun is trying to come out. Let's tell you what, let's go ahead and get our mowing set up together. There's the voucher back here in the shed. The shop. Gonna use the AgriStar for mowing. Hopefully there's room to. Oh yeah. See if we can get it close enough to pick up the mower. Got it. Now let's get the front mower on. Just go take a look. Yeah, definitely too wet to cut right now. Gonna have to wait for this weather to pass. Now, not a whole lot to do until then. Stick the tractor in here out of the rain. And I don't know, I think I'm gonna just tinker around here in the shop. Maybe see if I can't do some repairs on this harvester and header. Need to do that before we sell it, and wait on this weather to pass. So I'll catch up with you guys after that. So seems like the weather's passed. It's about 20 till 1. Not seeing any rain. Still partly cloudy. Let's check our weather forecast. Looks like we're good the rest of the day. I like that. All right, let's go cut some grass. Oh, so while I was tinkering around in the shop, I did find a few things to get done on the harvester, and actually found a buyer for it. So we sold the harvester and the header for about 30 grand, and it puts us about 50K short from the harvester that we want to get, the John Deere S7. But we don't need it right now. It's just sitting in the shop taking up space, so I figure, hey, why not go ahead and add that cash to the bank uh, while I had a buyer. And so, yeah, take care of the grass field. Um, and then, whoa, watch out, driver. I think waiting an extra month on cutting this grass is going to give us a little bit of a better yield. So we'll be in a good situation there. So yeah, I think having these larger fields, the old combine, the Massey, it was great, but I think we just needed something bigger to be a little bit more efficient, and the S7 should do a good job of taking us into the future of this farm. So we are going to have to save some bales of grass once we cut and bale this field. We got to keep some for the sheep. I've been keeping 6 to 8, which seems to get me through the year with them, giving them a bale a month. They're also eating meadow. Let's see where they're at with meadow. Ah, yeah. So they've got 6,000 liters of meadow, 11,000 liters of grass. They're doing great. Um, supplementing meadow with grass is doing really good for them, and we're getting really good wool output. So we'll stick with what we're doing. So I might keep 10 bales for those guys, and then we're going to wrap the rest into silage. So let's see. Let's get into the voucher here. We're going to use this guy for a windrower and do the windrowing with him. Hopefully we can get this windrowed and we don't end up with a lot of rain. Hopefully the wind that came through after the rain really dried things out enough for us. I don't think that our mower is far enough along now to get the windrower out there. I'm always afraid that I'm going to have a collision between the two if I get one started too early. Let's take a ride. All right, and it looks like we are done here with the mowing. So we'll get the mower put away, and then we will get our guys started windrowing. Actually, we'll just pull over here beside him, let him know that it's good to go. Let him work on that. We'll take the mower back up to the barn and spray it off, put it away. Get these doors opened up. Yeah, having this wash bay has been something that I really enjoyed about this building. It's big enough to pull any equipment in here. I could get my harvester in here with the header on it, but I seriously doubt that new header that's sitting over at the dealership is going to fit in here. But clean equipment is happy equipment, right? My dad always made me wash the mower after I cut the grass, and it shows. All right, let's get this mowing equipment put away. Turned out to be a really nice afternoon. Hit the wall. Drop that one right there. Let's see if we can sneak around the case and get this wing mower put away in its designated spot. A little bit more. Oh, get that guy put right there. There we go. And we'll put that guy away for next time. Let's jump in the case. Let's grab our baler. Go, let's see. We've got wrap. We've got net. We should be good to go here. And our windrowing looks like it's going pretty well. I think we're going to let him start with some ups and downs before we start following behind him with the baler. Looks like he's about to take off with it. And we'll take off. Alright, so that finishes up that job. So we can take these tractors and put them away. We can get this field of hay picked up. Or grass. I think growing up around farms, if it's in a big bale, you just call it hay by default, but it is grass. Wrapped and unwrapped. For the sheep and for silage that we'll sell. getting really close to having the baler be empty. So we'll have to make sure that we put wrap and net. That wasn't a good shot. All right, let's try it again from way back here. Get in there. Ah. Here we go. Excellent. Alright, let's get unattached from that. Let's see. Shut this guy down. We'll bounce back over here to the Valtra. And we'll get the windrower brought back over. Actually, we're going to spray it off first. I should have brought the baler over and sprayed it off. Next time. They have put the case right in the way. Oh no, plenty of room. Plenty of room. Alright, here we go. Look at that. Better every time. Close call. So I think I'm going to grab the truck and go pick up those bales and bring them and get them put away. And call it a day. I think that's all we really had to do, or needed to do today. So I think next time we're going to focus on coming up with the rest of the money to get our new harvester. That header's going to start to rust if we just leave it over at the dealership like that. So anyway, so I'm going to go pick up this hay, and I think I'm going to leave you guys here. I appreciate you watching, appreciate you spending your time with us on the farm, and if you appreciate the content, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.